The first thing we're looking at here is the electronic sand squeezer, also known as the digital sand squeezer, model 42160. It comes with a power cord, comes with a stripping post, calibration 10mm plugs, a 50mm calibration plug, pneumatic regulator 42150A, a pneumatic hose, an adapter, specimen tube. We have the base, the ring for fitting on the base, and then we have the cleaning swab that is used with the specimen tube. We're going to go into the calibration mode of the electronic sand squeezer, pressure and the vertical displacement calibration. We're going to turn on the power. Simpson logo is going to come up on the display. At that point, we're going to press this button once and this button 3 times quickly while the Simpson logo is up. And we'll go into the calibration mode. At this point, you will see the pressure calibration, vertical displacement calibration, and there's a cursor that will be blinking on and off that indicates which calibration mode you're going to do first. Vertical displacement comes up first. We are going to put in our 50mm calibration plug onto the base. We're going to bring down our piston until this number down here stabilizes. Then we are going to press the up arrow. It's going to blink on and off, and you will see that the set point for that is going to change from 0 to 1. Bring the piston back up. Then we are going to be putting in our 10mm plugs and doing the same thing. Bring the piston down, let it stabilize, press the up arrow, then bring the piston back up. It went to set point 2. Put the next one in, bring this down, stabilize. Up arrow goes to set point 3. Bring this down. Up arrow, bring this back up. Next point. Bring this down. Set point 5. Put the last one in. Press this button here. If you've done it all correctly, it will go back to 0, and that is it for the linear calibration. Bring the piston up. We're going to take these 5 10mm plugs out, and then we're going to do the pressure calibration. We are going to press the right arrow, which is going to change the cursor from the vertical displacement up to the pressure calibration. And at this point, we need to adjust the pressure for 1 bar. This is going to travel a little bit slower because the pressure has been decreased. We get to this point here. This number right there is going to decrease from the initial indication. Once it stabilizes, we're going to press the up arrow again. We're going to bring this up to release some of the pressure, and then we're going to adjust the pneumatic regulator for 3 bar of pressure. 3 bar of pressure, you'll see the piston is now moving faster. We're going to wait, stabilize, press that button, and now we've just set the range for the pressure calibration of the machine from 1 to 3 bar. And that is it for this calibration. At this point, we can press the return button, and that will go through the main menu functions of the machine until we get to where the main date and calibration is, and then it sets back to the main menu screen. So for the electronic sand squeezer, the final calibration that we need to do on this machine is the final pressure set point. We are going to use a mechanical load cell to set the air regulator pressure for a certain millimeters of deflection on the manometer of the mechanical load cell using the pressure cones that are purchased separately. So the first thing that we need to do is we're going to remove the foot of this machine. So there is a set screw that we loosen, and then we unscrew the basic foot at the bottom of the piston. We're going to move that to the side. We have 2 set bottoms for the cones. This one for the screw onto the bottom of the piston, and the other one fits onto the base assembly of the equipment. Then we are going to set our mechanical load cell on the equipment here, and we are going to decrease and descend the piston to apply pressure to this manometer. At this point, we are going to set the air pressure for a specific amount of pressure on the mechanical load cell. At the moment, we are looking at decreasing it slightly. We are over the range by about 40 millimeters of deflection. So I'm going to release some of the pressure on this, and then I'm going to put pressure back onto it. So at this point, we're looking to get 145 millimeters of deflection on the mechanical load cell. We are at about 142. We can then change the regulator very slightly to increase the pressure. We're going to apply a little bit more pressure and stuff on the lever on the side of the equipment, put a little bit more pressure on it. At that point, we are now reading about 145 millimeters of deflection on the mechanical load cell. The air regulator can then be locked in place, and the final pressure set point for the machine is then set, and then all of our samples and compactability tests can be done at that pressure. We then release and put that to the side.